Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new program called The Bazinga Boys. That's right, we're going to review every single episode of The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. I am Simian Jimmy, joined today by my Bazinga Boy, I can't think of a duo that starts with B for the alliteration, so it's my buo, Florian and PurpleColonel.
Yep, welcome everyone. We finally get to review this great piece of art once again and forever all again.
Yeah, we're here on this beautiful April 1st day. We decided what better time to start watching Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory, some of the greatest programs on television.
And the purpose of this show is that each episode we will review one episode of each show in chronological order. So for example, today we're doing the pilot episode of both programs. We're going to compare and contrast, ultimately decide which one is better. And then tomorrow we will be back again for episode 2, and we will continue that until we've watched every episode of both shows. And really, we can keep a running tally of which episode wins each time, and we can ultimately decide which show is better. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's the only way to decide that, yeah.
And since we're doing this every day, and it's going to take us, 300 some odd episodes, or maybe even more, I don't even know.
It's around 5 years, I think, total, yeah.
Okay, so
we'll do this for a whole year.
I have made the decision to put everything else on hold. So like the Medea series, Monkey Box, The Depression Chamber, Is It Kino? Basically anything I do, I'm kind of, to be honest, getting bored of it. And I only want to pursue my passions right now. And like all of those things, like Depression Chamber is just meaningless to me. Is It Kino has not been fun for at least 4 years. So really what I'm passionate about is Sheldon Cooper. So everything else is canceled. This is exclusively now a Big Bang Theory Young Sheldon review channel. And I'm going to be quite honest, if you have a problem with that, just fucking hit unsubscribe. I do not need you here on this channel if you're not going to respect my passions.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pointless to stay subscribed because all you're going to get is Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory.
Literally every single day for the next year, your sub box will be flooded with an episode of this show every single fucking day. And if you can't handle that, hit unsubscribe. You will not be fucking missed.
Yeah, we will not miss a single day of Young Sheldon content, everyone.
Now,
committed.
Before we dive in, I do want to bring up a tweet that I saw from Florian Himsel. It says, wow. Should I sign up on Grindr and find a femboy? I will abide the result of the poll. And after 3,860 votes, 80% said, yes, smash that bussy.
Yeah, I mean...
So how's the sweetheart search going on Grindr, Florian?
Well, for one, you get like way more attention on Grindr than on platforms with girls, it's like crazy. And for another one, there's almost no femboys, so it's gonna be a hard search after all.
Now, how does Grindr work? Is it like Tinder where you have to like swipe yes or no on a person, and then if it's 2 yeses, you can talk?
Well, it's basically like Tinder with AIDS. That's it.
AIDS is in its gay men?
Well, for one thing, there's an actual thing where you can select whether or not you have AIDS. I'm not joking. It literally says.
That's why I'm laughing. Is because you're being serious.
And then, another thing that's interesting is that you can select that you have the AIDS pill, so you don't get AIDS.
Oh my god!
That's another option on there.
Why don't they have that on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble? Like women can get AIDS too.
Yeah, they should, honestly.
They should have sections on every dating app for every sexually transmitted disease and illness because, I mean, fuck, isn't that an important thing to know when you're on the I want to fuck somebody app is, will I get gonorrhea?
Well, you'd probably be better off just making like a specific app for people who have diseases, I guess, if you're going to go that way.
They do have that. There is a syphilis dating website that several people have signed my emails up for. So I constantly get like emails. for syphilis dating. But Florian, so you say you're getting a lot of attention, and I assume it's just from like normal Austrian gay men, but how are they contacting you unless they matched you?
Well, it's not actually the match system from Tinder, but I mean, you just click on a profile and then you just write to them. It's pretty straightforward, except for the fact that you can only visit like 3 profiles a day, and then you have to pay.
Oh, fuck that!
I know, right?
Can you read us some of your inbox messages on that app?
Well, I don't want to go too deep, but there's one guy who offered to give me a free foot massage with no sex. So,
are you going to take him up?
I'm contemplating. Okay, it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, foot massage is pretty good because you have more nerve endings in your feet than anywhere else on your body.
I mean, I feel like a real a back massage would probably be more convenient.
I mean, they're all good. I've paid an unfortunate amount of money for a couple's massage once upon a time, and you know, it might be like $400 down the drain for 3 hours of pleasure, but goddamn, was it worth it?
Well, I don't think he's going to offer a couple's massage, but he did specify that he would prefer my feet to be extra stinky. So
he really said that?
Yes.
What is your method of stinkification? Well,
I usually wash them whenever I stop wearing shoes. So I don't think I have much of that normally.
Yeah, you should wrap plastic bags around your feet to protect like the filth. So when you get in the shower, you wrap your feet up.
Yeah.
You got to up your game here.
I'll just go to the gym first. You know, that's probably it's gonna be what he wants.
But I don't know, Florian. If you're looking for a femboy and just a normal gay boy is after you, shouldn't you be like ignoring his ass? Because you're not gay as far as I know.
I mean, I don't know. I could be. Who knows?
Like a little bike sexual, maybe, since you hate cars so much.
Yeah, for sure. I might be like 20% gay. I don't know. I'll have to see. There were some pretty hot guys on there. Who knows?
I would imagine every European is at least 20% gay. It just seems natural. Maybe. Unlike us North American boys, me and Purple, we're 100% straight.
Considering how many guys are on that app, so maybe.
Although, can we all admit there's at least one man we'd all go gay for? I mean, I've got Jake Gyllenhaal, Purple. You know, who would tempt you?
I gotta be honest. I am gay. So.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Probably quite a few.
This whole bit has been really offensive to him. I
mean, I don't think it's offensive, but
right now.
Well, let me ask you this then: if you're gay, then what woman would tempt you?
Oh, that's a tough one, honestly. I'm not
really
sure. I don't know a lot.
Oh, how dare you! If I can admit that I would suck Jake Gyllenhaal's cock, you can find one woman whose tits you would suck.
I could. I'm not sure, honestly. What, like, fucking, who are famous women now?
Young Sheldon's mom.
Famous? Wow.
She's not bad, yeah. I don't know.
Really? Wow.
Who, Young Sheldon's mom?
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know.
Well, too bad we haven't got to the grandma parts yet, because Young Sheldon's grandma can get it.
Oh. Well, that'll be interesting then. This is my first exposure to Young Sheldon. So
I think Grandma shows up in the next couple episodes, so we'll see it later this week.
Yeah, well,
that's good.
We'll definitely see it. There's nothing that could stop us,
So before we dive into Big Bang Theory episode 1, Florian, do you have any other Grindr stories to share?
Well, one guy said he recognized me from the gym, and he said I have very good discipline in coming there regularly.
Oh, wow!
Nice. Yeah, right. Who wouldn't want to be recognized on Grindr immediately?
Wow, that is strange. Some guy that goes to your gym. Small world, huh? Everybody's horny.
Yeah, everybody's horny. Well, I guess maybe at the gym there might be an extra abundance of gay men, but who knows?
Yeah, I think I would say everybody who goes to the gym is homosexual.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, because how could you care about your own body like that? Like, just get fat and bald like me.
I mean, it's like crazy how much work some people spend at the gym,
Yeah, if you're obsessed with being a hot guy, maybe you just want some hot guys. I mean, look at Florian.
Yeah, apparently, I guess.
Purple, you hit the gym, right?
No.
Oh, hashtag fake gay.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could hang out with all the
unfortunately.
other gays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're 10 minutes in, so let's dive into Big Bang Theory episode 1. Now, I'm going to have a hyper focus on the Sheldon character because really that's the through line between the two shows of Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory. And one of Sheldon's opening lines as Sheldon and Leonard are entering the high IQ sperm bank to make some easy money jerking off into a cup. Sheldon has come up with some sort of a t-shirt idea, and I thought it was interesting for this scientifically minded autistic man to be introduced kind of as a fashion designer. Is this really a part of his character?
I don't recall it coming up ever again, so...
Well, in
I
Young
don't
Sheldon
think so.
episode 1, he's obsessed with his bow tie as fashion, but I don't know if that's autism or fashionista-ism.
I think that's pure autism in that
Hey,
show.
Purple.
I think they play it up a lot.
Do you notice where he has that Bazinga shirt? Is that real or is that photoshopped? Does he get a Bazinga shirt?
They definitely
In
sell
the
them
show,
in
they
American
do.
stores.
I know, right? I don't know if he wears them in the show though. I guess he probably would. I guess to sell it, yeah.
No,
Well,
he
I
wears
guess-
like a Flash shirt, but they can't sell merchandise with like the Flash logo on it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what all the Bazinga shirts are based on. That's why they have the fucking lightning bolt on it.
oh, that is beautiful. Well, damn. I guess he does not pursue his passion. But how did you enjoy this introduction to quantum mechanics as thought to be like the worst shirt idea ever?
I think this, as far as like quantum mechanics go, the show's doing a much better job explaining it than like Ant-Man and the Wasp fucking 3 did. So
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't explain it too well because otherwise you couldn't have superheroes, I guess.
I want to talk about the concept of a high IQ sperm bank.
Yeah.
Do either of you know, is this a real thing? Sperm banks specifically for smart people?
I mean, it's probably a thing because it probably would sell, but I don't know.
Well, I happen to know that the only form of eugenics that is legal in America is who's allowed to donate sperm. Because if you're a man under 5'9", like you're considered not part of the human race. You cannot donate sperm because they don't want any short babies out there. So I wonder, like, is there an IQ requirement?
No.
Like, if you have a below 80 IQ, can you donate sperm? Like, we would rather have literal retards than short people.
Wow.
Because if anything, like, if we're going to be eugenicists about this, like literal fucking Nazis controlling the sperm banks, why not just say you have to have 120 IQ and you have to be 6 foot? Like, why not just cut it there? Why even pretend?
Probably because IQ is pretty hard to actually measure. I mean, they do, but it tends to be like racist and stuff. I don't know.
Well, later in this episode, Leonard and Sheldon claim that they have a combined IQ of 360. So I'm wondering, how is that divvied out? Is Sheldon like a 200 and Leonard's a 160, or are they both 180, do you think?
No, I think Sheldon is definitely like way smarter. I guess 200 is probably a good amount, yeah.
I think Malcolm
Sheldon
in
has
the
to be
Middle was
higher.
160.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how in that show he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna do great things, Malcolm. You're gonna be the president. And then in this show, he's like, he's way smarter, but all he wants to do is like theoretical physics, and he doesn't pursue any side hustle or anything that would make him rich.
Wait, is Malcolm in this show? Like the actor who played him?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. I don't know anything about Malcolm.
I mean, there's some crazy appearances. I think Billy Bob Thornton was in it at some point, like in Big Bang Theory.
I don't care about future episodes, Florian. I'm talking about episode 1.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
And you commented that IQ is racist. I assume you got that from like Sean or some other like bread tuber. Can you explain that to me? Because I don't get that.
Well, specifically, it's cultural, I guess, because like most of the stuff is definitely not gonna. I mean, you're probably gonna definitely score less if you're not like super fluent in English, right? I mean, there's some newer tests, I guess, where it's just shapes and stuff, and then they cut out the language parts.
Yeah, every IQ test I've taken, and I've never paid to take a real one, but it's always like they give you a pattern, and then they say, "Hey, what would be the next thing in the pattern? Figure that out."
Yeah, I'm so curious if that stuff actually works, because like those patterns are some really obscure stuff, and I feel like most of the time you're just gonna have to get lucky, right?
So you think that Sheldon's not actually smart enough to acquire that IQ? He just got lucky taking the test because he's a white man.
Well, I think that Sheldon is like probably as smart as anyone could possibly be whenever the plot allows it. But yeah, I don't know if IQ tests are really very legit, you know?
Okay.
It's hard to tell. But I mean, obviously he's got like all of the talents. Like we hear in this episode that he's got, well, in Young Sheldon, he has perfect hearing, you know? Like, wow.
He has perfect musical tune, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, perfect pitch.
Yeah.
So he can identify any note by just hearing it. Yeah, and know what it is.
And apparently, I guess he figured out how notes work without even looking into it, right?
Yeah, on his first try playing a piano, he knows where these specific notes to match the violin are.
Yeah.
But we're not on Young Sheldon yet. I want to stay on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And I want to know if those two have a combined IQ of 360, would the three of us have a higher combined score, do you think? Do we all have at least 120 IQ? I think I'm around 105. So, Florian, you might have to pick up the slack for me with like your 140 IQ, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe I could stretch it to 150, you know?
Oh, wow. Only 10 lower than Malcolm. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, Malcolm does some pretty strange things, you know?
Purple, do they have Canadian IQ tests so that your cultural differences don't get in the way?
Well, that's I don't think so, no.
Well,
Okay.
it probably ends at 100 because they're too nice to score anyone lower.
They give everybody a score of 100 in Canada. They're all equally smart.
Across the board.
As they are walking up the steps of their apartment, which evidently the elevator is out of order. Now, am I to assume that this will be out of order forever?
From what I remember,
so,
yeah.
For like 15 seasons?
I think for one of the seasons they get it fixed or something, and it's like a big deal.
And then when like it breaks at the end of the episode?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't quite remember, but yeah.
So they have to walk up the stairs, and Sheldon shares the fun fact that if a stair is off by even 2 millimeters, most people will trip. And he knows this because at age 12, he did this experiment on his father, who is severely overweight. Like, so if he takes a tumble, something bad could happen to this man. He could easily die from because the sheer weight of his force would fucking crack his neck and kill him if he fell down the stairs. I guess he did fall and he broke his clavicle. So are we going to see this in season 4 of Young Sheldon?
I think since it's in the pilot of Big Bang Theory, it has to come back in Young Sheldon. You know, they can't just ignore that one.
Yeah, could you imagine like having to make a show where your kid is this annoying, where he would just severely injure his father for no reason?
Yeah, and I have to imagine by age 12, Sheldon is out of high school. Because he mocks Penny for taking 4 full years to graduate high school as if that's a weird thing.
Yeah. What a freak.
And he starts at age 9, so I'm guessing he's already in college and he's tripping his dad down the fucking stairs.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe it was a college assignment, you know?
Well, make a stair 2 millimeters taller so your retard dad slips and falls.
I don't know what goes on in Texas colleges.
Wait, was it actually like 2 millimeters? Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And I have climbed the stairs inside of the Statue of Liberty, and all of those stairs are different heights from each other. It was perilous. Like, I could see how you could easily trip if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, that's the thing they used to do in medieval castles. They would build them like that so that the invaders would have like a big issue.
A bunch of Young Sheldon's dads falling down the castle stairs.
Yeah. I think there's a whole lot of fun facts like that in this show, and I can only imagine that if they ever got one wrong, that like probably has a pretty significant effect on what the American public like believes. Because a lot of people watch this show.
Well,
So
the
like,
theme
these facts
song,
spread around.
the theme song claims that the Big Bang Theory is even logical at all when we all know God and Jesus invented the universe. So I think the show's been spreading misinformation from the beginning.
I mean, yeah, this is going to be like atheist propaganda. That's
Yeah.
just a given, though. Young Sheldon was shockingly kind on Christianity, though.
Well, he doesn't believe in God; he believes in Mom.
Yeah.
There'll be
Please.
stuff about that. It'll be
Florian's going to go on a tirade.
No, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to young Sheldon arguing with the pastor. You know,
I think there's another plot hole in this opening. While they're walking up the apartment stairs, Sheldon claims he was sent to boarding school because of his work with lasers. But then in episode 1 of Young Sheldon, his mom claims we cannot afford a private school. That's why he has to stay in high school. What the fuck were they thinking?
Maybe we'll see him go to a free, like, forced boarding school or something because of the laser incident, you know? We could see that. The CIA could take him away, put him in one. It's possible.
Could it be that the boarding school stuff already happened before the start of Young Sheldon?
That's also possible. They could square the circle in a number of ways, I think.
You know, it could work because we learn later on that young Sheldon's dad had a much better job that he got fired from for being a rat. So maybe they used to be rich before they moved and he could afford to go to that laser boarding school or whatever the fuck. And now they're kind of, now that he's been fired and has to work at a high school, yeah, they'd be pretty poor. They can't afford that shit anymore.
It's amazing how young Sheldon gets that from his dad, even though he didn't even realize. Just snitching on people left and right.
Mm-hmm. Do either of you guys know what a transvestite is?
Yes.
Okay, explain it.
That was...
Well, I mean, I guess it's specifically just means that you close like a woman, I guess.
Yeah. It seems like an unnecessarily harsh word for a cross-dresser. Like, you hear transvestite and your skin kind of crawls.
I mean, back in the day, it was more accepted that way. I guess not now. It probably might be incorrect, you know.
Yeah, and the reason why I ask is because their new neighbor Penny just has her door wide open so that anybody walking by can look into her apartment and see her. And our old Sheldon says, that's better than our old neighbor, the 200-pound transvestite with a skin condition. So I guess in a way, Sheldon is prejudiced against cross-dressers and people with skin conditions. And people who are 200 pounds. Like, that's unreasonable in America.
Yeah, those were the times.
Jesus, I can't imagine like somebody being shamed for being only 200 pounds. Like, these days, that's somebody's weight loss goal.
Yeah, that's the part that's aged the worst out of that whole joke, honestly.
Not the transvestite part.
I think the weight one is at least pretty close on the aging scale.
Now,
It's shocking that they had that joke in there. Just only like 20 years ago, or however. I guess that is quite a while, but you know,
you demand some fat representation. How are there 4 nerds and not one of them is fat? Huh? How does that make sense?
That's true. The only fat character I remember is Howard's mom. And that's I only like know that by context. They never show her on screen. So
yeah, she's too hideous just because she's over 200 pounds.
Do you guys have any thoughts on Penny? Because we meet Penny and the boys have their awkward conversation where Leonard cannot give her eye contact.
Yeah, he looks so awkward. But yeah, Penny is actually pretty awesome. I definitely enjoy her a lot, and she looks really cute too. I thought she was way more stupid, but she actually is pretty okay, you know? She doesn't do anything too embarrassing.
At least in this episode, she's like an aggressively normal person compared to them, so...
I'm going to have to push back, because the first time they ask her about herself, like, her mind immediately goes to astrology and horoscopes. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius. That's not a smart person. That's not a respectable person. If the first thing you think of when asked, what is your personality, and you fucking bring up horoscopes, I don't know how Leonard can still have a crush on this woman. I would just ask her to leave.
Yeah, right.
I cannot stand people like that. I will not talk to, and it's mostly women too, is the sad thing. Like, they fall for this fucking shit. Like, you might as well go become religious. Like, go pray to Jesus if you're going to believe in stupid shit anyway.
I mean, whatever, dude. I think it's better than people who watch sports on TV, okay?
No fucking way. Watching sports is not worse than legitimately believing. And I love how Sheldon like completely destroys her belief and she doesn't even understand a word he said.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty bad. Yeah, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe she just likes to not hear it when people are extremely rude to her.
I don't think it was rude. I think she was the rude one for even bringing that into the conversation. Because like now, like so. It's rude to expect everybody else to play along with your insanity.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is a deficiency. I think the astrology thing, but I think it's a common one. To the point where it's still, like she's a fairly average, like American.
Yeah, she's a blonde woman. She's
it's probably worse than religion, right? Like
it basically is a religion in my mind. What is the difference between what I can't even think of one that would compare to astrology? I guess Greek gods.
Well, for one, they don't really go to war over it, so that's probably already better.
Go look at Tumblr. They're having horoscope wars all the time. You're a Cancer, and I'm a Pisces. We can't be friends. I will not talk to a Sagittarius. Oh, you're a Gemini, you two-faced bitch. Like, these people are nuts.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you say so, I don't know. I think he's probably still better than having like crusades and shit. But okay.
Well, speaking of things that are nuts, in the living room of Sheldon and Leonard's apartment, both of their computer battle stations are set up. Okay, your desk, your computer, your monitor, all that. They both have it in the communal living room. Guys, have you guys ever had roommates before? Is this not the most insane thing? How are you supposed to jerk off at your computer when your computer's side by side with Sheldon?
This is like pre-smartphones too. Like they don't have any like a whole lot of other options outside of the computer for that.
Yeah, why would you not have your computer in your own bedroom?
We see their bedrooms later, and they are like pretty cramped. But you could still make room there. I don't know. It's weird.
Wow, yeah, I guess I didn't even consider that. Does Sheldon even have carnal desires? I guess Leonard just jerks off in shame while Sheldon is just learning about science from Bill Nye.
Well, that's a good question. Does Sheldon have carnal desires? Because when Penny is interested in his whiteboard full of science and math, there's kind of a spark of I want to impress her, like I'm enjoying this attention. And I wonder if it was just because he's like a sapiosexual in the sense of, oh, she thinks I'm smart, this is great, or if he's trying to impress her because she's a hot girl.
Well, I mean, I can tell you what happens to him later with romance if you want.
Well, I know that he gets with
we don't need the
fucking Jeopardy host bitch, but
yeah. There is a joke right at the start where he goes, or where Leonard goes, like, "Oh, you didn't need any help before in the fucking in the jerk off clinic." So it's implied that he does masturbate, but they don't. I don't think that's consistent with how he's portrayed.
Honestly, that first gag is so fucking stupid. I think it might as well be non-canonical. Like you really think that Sheldon would not even think it through to the extent that he suddenly stops believing in heretical IQ, Like, oh yeah, now it doesn't have anything to do with genes anymore. Okay.
Well, it does make sense when his twin sister is now working at Fuddruckers, which is a dark fate for a character that we're going to spend like 8 seasons with and like watch her. Because Missy, young Sheldon's twin sister, it is revealed over the course of that show that like she's no idiot. Like she has her own sets of smarts. She's just not like, high IQ book smart like Sheldon. So the fact that she's now working as a waitress, not even at a good restaurant, at fucking Fuddruckers, like it's such a dark fate for that character.
Well, I mean, he probably knew that before he's decided to go to that IQ sperm stuff, So like, why the fuck did he have to drag Leonard there if he's just going to change his mind?
They were desperate for money, so maybe he was motivated by that, and then when he was really sitting down, he felt guilty that his sperm might not match his own intellect. Maybe the sperm will be more like George Jr.
Yeah, tragic. Well, I still think he normally puts more thought into things, but I guess it's strange in general, because I remember him to be like such a such an autistic brat. But in this episode, he's not quite as bad as I remember him. Like I thought often he just doesn't get shit. But like when he tells Leonard that he's sinking with his dick, I guess that was surprisingly socially insightful for what I later expect from Sheldon.
Yeah, he should just be mystified the whole time, really.
Just really confused.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I think I had the wrong impression of Sheldon and the Big Bang Theory all this time. Like now that I've actually sat down and watched it and given it a fair shake, I think it's a much better show than my preconceptions would have me believe. And Sheldon, in my mind, is undeniably not just like the most relatable and best character, but like he is the show. And I think everything he says is from a point of view I would share. Like, yeah, your horoscopes are fucking stupid. Don't sit in my seat. This is my couch and that's my spot on the couch, you fucking bitch. Get the hell up. Like, did Sheldon do anything in this episode that you guys think was wrong?
Well, he's really rude to Leonard most of the time. Like, why does he just randomly share like his lactose intolerance and his inability to process corn? Like, what the hell?
Because he can see that
Leonard is lying.
Yeah, Leonard's being a little simp boy trying to impress a girl, and Sheldon's just keeping him honest, which I think is actually the correct thing, because you don't want to enter a relationship under false pretenses, because now what if she wants to eat corn and cheesecake with Leonard? You can't, because he can't process those.
That's
what if she wants
actually
some corned
retarded.
pizza?
What are you talking about? Like you really need to tell someone about this stuff in the very first hour of meeting them. Come on.
Well, no, but he's actively lying about his true self. I mean, I think you should at the very least be honest. You can omit the truth by obfuscation, but you don't have to directly lie about yourself.
Well, with the corn thing, how was he lying there?
I don't remember, but Sheldon says like, yeah, he can't process corn.
Did he say he was going to eat corn?
I don't remember. I'm just bringing up examples of Sheldon keeping his friend honest.
I just felt like Sheldon was being an asshole for no reason, a lot.
Also, when you're of a certain age and you see your friend is simping for a girl, it is fine to tease him. Like, you don't need to be also a little cuck boy like your friend. If he's acting like a fucking fool because there's a hot chick in the room, you should definitely be teasing him.
Was he acting like a fool? I thought
yes.
He was doing fine.
No. Did you see when he's trying to invite her to come eat? He's like looking up in the air and spinning his head because he can't make direct eye contact. Really he's a fucking fool. He's lying that he
goes and gets beat up by her old boyfriend just for this woman he met like 10 minutes ago.
I thought that was based. Okay, that was cool. I like Sheldon in the car there, and when he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I like your mind at work." That was good teasing. Okay, but I mean the other stuff when he makes fun of Leonard for his digestion. I mean, that's pretty low. Okay.
Yeah, but friends are always teasing each other. And at the very end, Sheldon compliments Leonard by saying, hey, compared to the Jewish guy, you're pretty cool. So like he can compliment and insult his friends at the same time. But I think I might have an answer to your issue here, Florian, of why is Sheldon being rude to Leonard? I think it's because Leonard is a bad friend, and we have evidence of this. Sheldon claims to have 212 friends on MySpace, but he's never met one of them in person. So clearly Leonard refuses to add Sheldon as a friend on MySpace. I'd be fucking pissed too.
Yeah, he's probably already moved on to Facebook. Sorry, Gramps.
Why won't Leonard add Sheldon on MySpace?
Oh, come on. He was obviously not including himself in that. Maybe he doesn't even have MySpace.
He said he's never met one of them. I have to just go by the script.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Leonard's a bad friend. He will not only will he not put Sheldon in his top 8 on MySpace, he won't even add him as a friend.
Well, and you think he didn't add the other guys in the friend group either? Come on, he obviously didn't count those.
It's not that obvious.
Maybe
I don't know.
He's just got a lot of really bad friends. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, don't add him on MySpace.
Maybe Sheldon's MySpace page has like a really shitty embedded song, and they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's got the fucking Professor Proton theme song or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know what that is yet. Or do I?
He's in the Young Sheldon. That's like his Bill Nye.
Yeah, we don't know.
Good episode later.
Okay. That's that show he was watching with the potato.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I was surprised the Big Bang Theory theme song plays 6 full minutes into the episode. Will this be common, or is it just because it's the pilot?
I think it's common. I think it's just a long cold open, right? Maybe it's a little shorter, but
The only other show I can think of with such a late theme song is fucking the George Lopez show. Sometimes they would play the theme song 10 minutes into the 22-minute episode, and I'm not kidding. It was insane.
wow, interesting.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, they really needed to establish that George's mom was mean to him as a kid, and that his daughter Carmen is sexy as hell. And they needed 10 full minutes to establish that every episode before we could hear Low Rider start playing.
Theme songs they're like a remnant of this age. Like this is like one of the last big shows I think that has a big theme song to it. Like it's at least when it got canceled and stuff. So.
Wow.
But Young Sheldon's theme song isn't even really specific to Young Sheldon either. Like this Big Bang Theory was written specifically for the show, and I feel like Young Sheldon, they just picked a song that barely even matches because he's not a mighty little man by any estimation.
Oh. I didn't notice there even was one.
No, I don't think
Young
there's
Sheldon.
one.
Not in the pilot, no, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, but he's got history.
Let's talk about the autistic neuroticism of Penny is sitting in Sheldon's seat. Do you guys have anything like this in your lives where if somebody tried to do it in your place, you would be fucking pissed?
Well, there's one thing that I really hate is when girls come over and they shower and they don't wipe their feet and then they get the shower carpet wet. It's why? Do they do that at home too? What's wrong with them,
Like the rug that you put next to the
rug.
shower?
Yeah.
You're supposed to stand on that after you get out of the shower so that you don't get water on the floor.
Just use the towel, man. Just dry your feet, and then you don't have to wash it immediately. You don't have to wash the rug immediately.
Yeah, if they're not drying their feet at all and just soaking wet feet directly on there, that's pretty stupid.
That's crazy. How did they do that? There's
think
several of them that did that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the rug is more for keeping your feet warm after you get out and you're standing. You don't want to stand on tile or something, so you can have a little fuzzy rug. Like if you're just using that as your towel, I could see why Florian would be upset.
Yeah, are you doing that purple?
No, you should you should fucking towel off your feet as well. But you get out and you stand there and then you grab the towel and stuff. You don't want to bring the towel into the shower where all the walls are covered in water still and stuff. Oh, you're going to get all wet immediately before you even dry yourself off.
Penny gets into the shower with the towel fully wrapped around her, and then she throws it out, and it's completely dry. I mean, my towels don't get soaking wet when I dry off, but I guess maybe my shower's a little wider.
You can definitely dry your feet in the shower.
I dry my whole body in the shower.
Oh, well. I mean, then...
Yes, I don't know.
I guess you can do it that way.
Maybe Canadian showers are very tight.
I mean, I definitely get out of the shower to dry fully. Just do the feet first.
Okay. I don't like the drip all over my floor.
A real shower.
You don't have a real shower? What, do you have a bathtub?
Well, I just have a bathtub with a shower in it and stuff. So
oh, hell yeah.
It's pretty small.
That's how Rusty Cage used to live. I remember walking in and it's like a very rounded, hard to stand in bathtub that I had to shower in. That was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, when Rusty used to live. Those were the days.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Let's see. What's next in my? Did you have anything like that, Purple? Any autistic neuroticism that would make you yell at Penny?
I feel like I probably did at some point, but I'm not sure I do anymore. So. That's,
Hey, that's fair.
Wow.
We already covered the horoscopes and astrology bullshit. Penny says that she's writing a screenplay, and it's pretty much just describing her exact life situation, but she is blind to it. She does not realize she's writing an autobiography.
Yeah. It's very, very odd. She changed
another
the fucking
goof
town
by her. Yeah.
Do we think that Penny has an internal monologue? Does she actually have thoughts in her brain?
I mean, I think she's probably written to not be that way, but I don't know if that actually makes you dumber.
Oh, I think it definitely makes you dumber.
Sentient.
I mean, there's people who can't picture something in their mind, but they're not any less creative, right?
I'd say they are.
They hypothetically could be.
Creative.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't experimented too much, but I think I might have that, and I think I'm fairly creative, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just think when it comes to critical thinking, an internal monologue is crucial.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, you have to have some sort of like voice in your head that like knows, that is you.
Wait,
or something. I feel like that's like what you are.
You have to have one, Florian. You're too.
Maybe not.
I think you're too well thought. When you're just sitting alone, like there's no voice in your head at all.
I mean, I don't think I talk to myself in my head, if that's what you mean. Wait,
do you talk to yourself out loud?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I do that all the time as well. I think that is a form of internal monologue. You're just having it come out.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess then it must be true. Okay.
Why is Sheldon completely flabbergasted that it took somebody 4 years to graduate high school? Like, surely he knows that's the common experience.
Oh, well, he clearly just wanted to show off it. I mean, the writing wanted him to show off, I guess.
But he seemed like he was confused. Like, wait, it took you 4 years?
I mean, he is pretty stupid. It's really weird.
Is he in such a social bubble that like him and all his friends like did it in 2 or 3 years, so he can't believe that somebody else would be different?
I guess his his 3 actual friends actually have done that fast, and I guess he shuts everyone else out, so maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, he went to high school and he saw that the other people
in high school with him.
Yeah, he must have known that the other people were taking longer, but I guess who knows? Maybe he really only understood like his own path in it. He didn't look at anyone else.
I have to assume both of his siblings took 4 years, although maybe Georgie is going to drop out. I don't know yet. I hear he gets a chick pregnant pretty young, but evidently Leonard's grandmother with Alzheimer's had an episode where she stripped naked in their apartment. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Well, I like
that just sounds like a tragedy, honestly. I don't know.
I like how they established a joke and then they brought it back twice by saying, "Oh, and then she carved the turkey," and then the Jewish guy said, "Oh yeah, was your grandma here again? She in the shower being naked again?"
Is it old school that this show has so many jokes that are dependent on like mocking mental illness? Because we have jokes about Sheldon being severely autistic. We have jokes making fun of Alzheimer's. We're making fun of people with skin conditions. Is the show this mean-spirited towards like differently abled people the entire run?
Well, I mean, it's mean-spirited against everyone. Like, you have the jock, and he's an asshole. You got the nerds, and they're the butt of many jokes. And then women are obviously also, like, real dumb bimbos, right? So...
Should we keep a tally of how many genuine jokes they make about Jewish people? Because I would suspect it's less than one.
Yeah, I don't think they made one yet, right?
I don't think they ever will.
I'm pretty sure they get into that quite a bit, actually.
They better have some
as it goes along.
I want some real Jewish zingers, or I'm not going to respect the show.
Yeah, you're gonna see it for the Jewish propaganda. Oh no.
Florian, this is your favorite part, so would you like to guide us through the whole bully ex-boyfriend plot?
I mean, it's not really my favorite. I mean, I just think it was interesting that Leonard would be willing to do this for her because he's just so into her, and then she just takes advantage of him immediately. And it's amazing that this is the first we're introduced to the two characters, and obviously they get pretty close later on. So it's
spoiler alert.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, all the spoilers. I thought the boyfriend was pretty bad though. I guess he's just a big asshole. Oh well. Yep.
And Penny, she's going to go from fucking Chad to potentially fucking a major dweeb nerd. So, you know what? Maybe there's hope for her yet, even if she believes in astrology. Does the Indian character Raj get one line of dialogue in the episode? Because he's afraid to talk to Penny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he talks at least 3 lines.
He said smooth at some point to Howard.
Well, he also comes in and he talks normally until he realizes that there's a girl, and then he becomes shy.
Yeah, and then at that point, he's mute for the rest of the episode, which that's rough for that actor. Like he's one of the main cast. He's in the theme song, and then he gets 3 words.
I think it might take seasons for this to wear off.
Wow.
I think it does, yeah. Like it's like significant amount of time before he can actually talk with a woman in the room, which is like a
even
large
when it's his
percentage
friend's
of the show.
girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. They communicate non-verbally, I guess.
Oh my god!
What's up?
Yeah.
You see, this has to be some fan fiction, because every Indian man I know would be all over a white woman, like asking her all kinds of stuff, cupping her buttocks without permission. Like
Fan fiction by who?
whoever wrote this script, like, oh, what if we lived in a world where Indian men did not harass white women? I want to see what that would look like. And then he wrote this episode.
I mean,
I think
don't know,
there's a lot of fan
this.
fiction going on in this show. I think, like the whole
okay.
plot about like, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, someday you're this nerd, and everything's going kind of bad. But then this beautiful girl moves in right next door, and she's happy to come over and talk to you. I think it's
well, she's lonely and heartbroken, and two non-threatening white males who are skinny and nerdy and clearly afraid to speak to her. Like, she has no reason to fear them. She could probably take them in a fight. Why not get some free Indian food?
Well,
yeah, but I'm not sure she'd be interested though if this is like a stock character kind of situation, and it seems like it's pure fantasy to me.
I mean, the thing is that she is like the nicest person. I think. Like, I think the way she just talks to them. I mean, I think it's possible, you know?
Yeah, as somebody who has always been like a short loser freak of a person who normal women would not want to speak to, I can't admit, like, maybe 1 out of every 100 beautiful women is just like a genuinely kind soul who does not recognize how beautiful she is and the effect she has on people. And some of them are willing to just be friends with anybody. Like, I used to have friends like that. She did end up getting knocked up at like age 19 by the ugliest guy in high school, so it's too bad for her. But you know, these people, I think Penny could be a real character.
Well, so are you saying that girls are actually discriminating against you for your height? Damn, is the Hartsy propaganda real?
Well, I mean, we don't need to get into that, but I think that's unobjectionable. But do we have any final thoughts on this pilot episode of Big Bang Theory before we move on to Young Sheldon? Because we're almost an hour in, I think.
Wow.
They mentioned that Leonard previously had a girlfriend who defected to North Korea.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that to come back.
I guess it probably does. Yeah,
that'll be a good subplot when they go retrieve her. Oh, it's in the manga?
No, I think it does come up at some point in the show.
Oh, okay.
Well, it sounds pretty stupid, honestly. Like, wow, it's like, wow, they tried so hard to make this a funny joke, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it is a little bit extreme.
They didn't consider it'd have to make 1 million seasons. Okay, cool.
Yeah, with all these shows, when they start getting desperate, they go back to the early episode jokes and start turning those into full plots. So
hey, it worked for Family Guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I guess it did. Ugh.
Okay, so Young Sheldon, I think it has an advantage over Big Bang Theory in that Sheldon is narrating to us. He doesn't do it the whole time, but like there's opening and closing monologues. And I think the act of narration, as much as it is a crutch and it's kind of cheap, it's also extremely effective at directly communicating something to the audience and making them feel an actual connection to the character. So it's kind of mixed up in my head. Like it's such a cheap writing technique, but it works so much better than just letting a scene play out. Do you guys agree?
Oh, I think narration is
very
awesome.
cheap.
I think we should. I love when narration is and stuff. It's just so simple that like there's no beating it. If something's cheap, doesn't mean it's bad. All right, just
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so easy and it's so much better.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. Well, I think
it definitely saves a lot of time.
Purple, are you disagreeing with us here?
Yeah, they should just have these scenes and show you. Like they already do show you as well, which is the confusing part. They're talking about how much he loves trains and stuff, and I guess they want to get a few train jokes in. But they just the scene itself is already displaying that Sheldon loves trains. Like you don't need older Sheldon telling you that as you're watching it. It feels like it's talking down to the audience or something. It's
talking down. Wow. We just love to spend more time with Sheldon. If there's double Sheldon, all the better, okay?
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it is a direct throwback to God, what is that show? There's some old show where like the future version of the main kid character would be just narrating but I can't remember what it was.
I mean, it just makes sense because like you get closer to the actual show by having the narration, so it's a no-brainer, really. Like, you can.
Sheldon's teeth are insane.
Yeah.
You guys see these fucking teeth? Like, did they get a British actor for this?
No, like the milk teeth, aren't they? They can be that way until they fall out.
These are like Mark Corrigan teeth. I could not believe like the jagged shapes that were poking out in every which direction in this little boy's mouth. So like the fact that they actually
are they the permanent teeth already?
No, he's only 9, but I certainly hope not. But the fact that like Ian Armitage as an actor with such fucked up teeth got this role, I think that's pretty fucking cool that they gave it to him, and I have to assume his teeth get better later on.
Wow, you didn't sound like you were appreciative of his teeth.
I like it when somebody with like an obvious defect gets to be famous. Like when I watched Better Call Saul episode 1 and one of the kids who decapitated the corpse and fucked it that Saul has to defend, one of those kids like had severe facial acne that was on par with my acne at the time. And I'd never seen somebody with acne on TV before. And I was like, well, fuck yeah, let's get more ugly people like me on TV so I don't have to feel bad all the time. So I approve.
Yeah. God, I swear they must be permanent already. Fuck. I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at photos of him from more recently, and it looks like his teeth have stayed about the same. So.
What? No braces?
I don't know. I can send you this photo of him
my
with,
God.
like, his girlfriend, because I guess I don't know how old he is. He must be like at least,
Well, I guess
those are some perfectly straight teeth. His teeth are fine as an adult. When he was 9, they were insane, dude. Insane.
Yeah, maybe they fell out. Maybe they are the milk teeth.
They would have to be. Would you say milk teeth?
What do you call them?
Baby teeth?
Baby teeth.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess they call it Milchzähne, in German.
Okay.
Milk teeth. Yeah.
Why milk?
I don't know.
You use them to suck the milk out of your mom?
I guess so.
Hopefully by the teething stage you're not sucking the nipple anymore, right? I guess I don't know anything about babies.
Is that not normal?
Wouldn't that hurt like a motherfucker?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's what they're called. Wait, no, babies are born with teeth.
No, they're not.
Wait, what?
Babies are not born with teeth. Are you kidding me?
No, they are not.
What?
Oh my God. They have a whole thing called teething where their baby teeth poke out of their gums and it hurts so bad that they fucking scream and cry for months.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And they have to like give them shit to chew on.
I guess that makes sense. They might chew stuff in the womb. That'd be bad.
Yeah, that'd be scary if a baby came out with a full set of teeth.
Yeah.
We actually have an answer here because apparently I just Googled young Sheldon teeth, and his parents apparently have been posting, or did his teeth like fell out and stuff, his baby teeth. So on Facebook you can see confirmation that he did indeed lose his baby teeth and grow full teeth. So the teeth in the show are not his permanent teeth that he's with.
Okay, well, I guess
his whole life.
I guess he's gonna lose them soon then in the show, or maybe that's in between seasons. Who knows?
Maybe they'll do an episode on that. Why not?
We have a family dinner where we get to know young Sheldon and his young family, and his older brother Georgie makes the claim that he would rather have tater tots over mashed potatoes. Now, personally, I was offended. Do you guys agree with this?
Well, we don't really have tater tots here, so I guess it's probably wrong.
I can't stand tater tots. I would much prefer just a big slab of mashed potatoes, yeah.
Mashed potatoes, like with the skin still on, is one of the healthiest and most delicious meals I can think of.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's right.
Wait, the skin's in mashed potatoes? Damn.
Some people don't, but I have read that if you leave the skin on, it has like the real vitamins and minerals that are really healthy for you, so it's better for you to leave it on.
Yeah, but it's pretty strong. It's hard to mash. How do they do it?
You just use like an egg beater or whatever, Cuts. I mean, you also like chop them before you mash them too.
Yeah, and you got to boil them.
Smaller bits.
I guess you got big chunks of skin in there then.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
But you can drown it in gravy and butter if it'll help.
Oh yeah, that'll be healthier.
Is there anything from this dinner scene we want to discuss? They do a prayer and they hold hands, but young Sheldon wants to wear mittens because he's afraid to touch his family. And of course, this is the character arc of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that we just have some really bad parenting where they're allowing this. Like, if your kid wants to wear mittens because he's a germaphobe, like, no, don't let that happen. Like, he'll just have to get over living in the world. Like, and it doesn't even make sense. Like, he touches the mittens from the outside, so he didn't save anything.
I don't know. I feel like there must be a lot of like compromising and stuff with Sheldon in their day-to-day life, and like they're already probably asking quite a lot of him to do like differently from his natural urges and stuff. So they might let a few things like that slide. Is my guess.
Yeah, when you have like a 190 IQ savant child who is like a musician savant as well, and like he has all this going for him, maybe you cut him some slack and let him be a little autistic.
Yeah.
I mean, you still want him to like get a good education. Like, I mean, you want him to not be like messed up for life because you grant him every stupid desire he has, Well,
I would imagine that every single episode of the show will be young Sheldon's neuroticism getting him into trouble. So I don't know if there's much they can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably too late at that point. They should have just not babied him.
They should have aborted him in the womb.
No, I mean, like,
he's going to be too smart for his own good. He's going to start tattling on everybody for violating the dress code. He's going to point out that his teacher needs to shave her fucking mustache. Have you guys ever met a woman with a fucking mustache? Because I have, and it's really hard to not look at it.
I mean, I didn't notice the teacher having like a noticeable mustache.
I used to have
that out. I noticed in the episode.
What's that?
After Sheldon points it out, you can see it pretty clearly.
Well, yeah, I think they really get a close up after he points it out. But when I was living in North Carolina and my YouTube channel originally got deleted, like in 2017, and it was like down for 2 weeks. I did go get a job at that time because I was like, fuck, I guess I'm done on YouTube. And it was at a mail processing, the mail section of a law firm. And the woman who was my supervisor had like a full mustache. And it's so hard to... I think I struggled with eye contact, much like Leonard, until I met this woman, and it's like, well, I can't look at her lip. I guess I better just stare at her fucking eyes and never look down for 1 second because she's gonna notice. So I guess shout out to Mustache Lady, who I worked with for 2 days until my channel came back on my birthday, and then I never showed up to that job again.
What, because of her?
No, because my channel came back, so I didn't need that job. So I said, fuck it, I'm not going back. But
Jesus, you just ghosted them?
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Why not?
Fuck, I worked for them for 2 days. Fuck them, they don't need me.
Yeah, wow. You don't owe them anything, okay?
Yeah, I didn't even get paid for that job either. I just wasted 2 days of my life.
Well, yeah, if you just ghost them, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys have any experience with mustache women surely these women know that they have a mustache. Why don't they shave it?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Some people think that when you shave something, it grows back more, but that's not actually true. So I guess they might as well just shave it. But then again, like, you might as well shave every part of a woman's body.
She's clearly insecure about it because she bitches to the principal and cries like a little pussy. Like, if you are upset about having hair on your lip, how about you do something about it instead of crying when somebody points it out, you stupid bitch?
Wow.
The insecurity from these teachers is like truly embarrassing, I think.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Well, I mean, like young Sheldon is like strangely demonic. It's weird.
Well, they feel intellectually inferior because they are. Like, Sheldon is smarter than his high school teachers, and they're bitching to the principal about it. Which, Florian, did you recognize who the principal is?
No. Who is he?
That was Kim's cowboy bank boss from Better Call Saul.
Oh, wow.
And I think he's married to Reba in real life.
Wow.
So shout out to him. Like, he fucking won. Like, I would fuck Reba today, and she's like 75 years old.
Jeez.
He's got like one of the hottest geriatric women on the planet.
All right.
Do you guys have any geriatric women you would want to fuck? Purple, I know you do.
I mean, Sigourney
think
Weaver,
so.
I guess.
Who?
Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
fair.
she was a good choice there.
She
Yeah.
played she played like the Jesus of the avatars in Avatar 2, right?
And well, she's still in there with her actual body too.
Yeah, what's her name? Neri? What was her name in that movie?
I got no idea.
The best character in Avatar 2, can't even remember her name. That's fine.
Well, she's so heavily autistic as well. I guess it's pretty similar to
Didn't
this.
she fucking die in the first Avatar? What's going on with that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Well, like
Yeah,
her
she-
basically her soul was put into this new Jesus Avatar character.
Oh, that's stupid.
No, I mean I think it's pretty good actually. I'm very intrigued to see where that goes in Avatar 3. But more to young Sheldon. I thought this was strange. So Sheldon and Missy go to church with their mom, and Missy says, "When we get home, I'm gonna kick your little balls." Like, is that something that a 9-year-old girl even like knows about to say?
Why wouldn't
wouldn't
she?
know?
Like,
I guess you
is
probably
that
saw it on TV.
is that a common thing in like what year is this? The 70s, the 80s, where like
I think they say 86.
like was getting hit in the balls like a popular thing on television for children? Because like she says she just wants to watch DuckTales all day. I don't think that's a DuckTales joke. Because I'm gonna hit you in your little balls.
Wow.
I don't know what goes on in DuckTales, but
Yeah,
it could be that.
I'm pretty sure like
the nephews.
as far as I know, every girl up until the age of 12 thinks that balls are where the pee is stored on a man. So like, how does she have any even clue that she's supposed to hit him there?
I assume it's just like bad. They're probably watching like young Sheldon level sitcoms and stuff, you know.
But I mean, I
I
don't
feel
think
like
Family
kids
Matters
definitely know
Urkel
about
ever hit
this.
anybody in the nuts.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, come on, kids definitely know this stuff. What are you talking about?
I feel like I knew about like if you hit people in the balls it hurts. I think I knew that when I was like 9 too. So.
I mean, you're supposed to specifically avoid doing it, right? So, like, obviously they have to know about
Well,
it.
no, because he says that's not going to even hurt me because my testicles aren't descended, and then we find out
that's
in
probably
voiceover
wrong.
they did not descend until he was 15.
Yeah, I mean, this probably would still hurt, so that was
Do you
insanely
guys-
stupid.
Now, am I insane? Do you guys remember specifically your testicles descending? Like, did you wake up one day as a kid and say, "Oh, what's going on?" Because like, it must have been such like a gradual process I never noticed.
Yeah, it never stops. You know, they just keep getting.
They
lower.
do. They do hang lower every year. That's so fucking true.
Yeah, it's,
I can't recall a specific day.
Does anybody remember like
New.
their first boner? Like, is that a thing? Is there a certain age where you do that, or do you even get them like when from birth? Because there's a joke in Family Guy where Meg is changing Stewie's diaper, and Peter says like, "Oh, don't worry, he's just a baby," like implying that Stewie got a boner. And I'm like, wait, babies can't even fucking do that, can they? Do you guys remember your first fucking boner?
well, I mean, if it was baby, you wouldn't remember it anyways.
But I sincerely hope that babies cannot do that.
They can't.
They can?
I mean, it probably
I'm
wouldn't.
sure. I think so.
Ugh.
I mean, it wouldn't look any different if it's erect, right? It's too small.
Yeah. Same with me today.
Yeah, just a baby's penis all along.
There is trouble because it's Sheldon's first day of high school as a 9-year-old, and his bow tie is missing. Uh-oh, who did it? Is it Georgie? Uh-oh, Georgie, you're going to be grounded. But it turns out it was not Georgie, just normal George. His own father, the football coach at the high school, is ashamed of his son's fashion choices. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Well, I still think that Sheldon's mom is spoiling that boy, you know, and I think the dad had the right idea once again.
Wow, I completely disagree. And I was actually disgusted because when they get to the school, the mom changes her mind and like negotiates for him to remove the bow tie after she sees what the other students look like. And I was so disappointed in both of his parents. Like, I think your child should be able to express himself, and a bow tie is very professional and presentable. It's not like he was trying to do some ghetto ass hood rat shit. Like, he was just trying to look like a good little smart boy.
Well, I mean, it's funny, especially because they like it so obviously didn't matter what he was wearing because he has like the most obnoxious personality in the world. So the fact that they thought that their little kid would get bullied for his attire instead of his personality was already pretty good. But I don't know. I think
the great irony is that Sheldon judges everybody else for what they're wearing when the fear was that they would be doing that to him.
That's true. I think it was a good growth moment, though, to have him and his mom negotiate the bow tie at the end there, instead of just like hiding it from him, because he's not going to learn anything from his bow tie just disappearing one day, So,
I assume he starts wearing the bow tie in every episode anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. So.
It is iconic. Well, they already
probably be there.
They already know that he's the king dweeb, so I guess it's all right.
Well, he wants to wear the bow tie because of that Professor Proton show. So
yeah, it's good to have role models.
Between this and the girl who knows about kicking people in the balls, they might need to just change all their TV habits entirely here.
Yeah, no more DuckTales. Keep hitting each other in the nuts.
Yeah, just go play outside like they have Sheldon do in the show, and that turns out great.
Yeah, what's with this chicken? Is Sheldon famously afraid of chickens on Big Bang Theory? Because they presented this like I was supposed to already understand that he's afraid of chickens.
I don't remember that.
No.
I feel like I would.
No, I don't think he's afraid of chickens. There's a time where he tells a joke about spherical chickens. So I don't know.
Well, let's hear the joke.
Well, I don't. Well, we'll get to it. Don't want to spoil this gem, okay?
Yeah, we have a lot of episodes left to go through.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we don't do them here, we'll probably do them on anti-reviews. The BAZINGA Boys will definitely return. Okay.
Well, no, what are you talking about? We already agreed we're doing this every day, and I'm not doing anything else.
That is right. Yeah. We're definitely doing it.
Get your fucking head on straight, Florian.
Maybe we'll do it on all our channels. Okay, what about that?
Oh yeah, we can post this, and I'll post it on all 4 of my channels simultaneously. Fuck it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me over the thing here.
Oh, no problem.
The recording. All right.
Yep,
sounds good.
It's definitely happening. This is 4 times BAZINGA Boys.
So all the teachers who feel insignificant compared to Sheldon, they're kind of holding a coup in the principal's office with Sheldon's parents, and they're like, oh, you better kick Sheldon out. He's too smart for us. We're insecure teachers. And his dad ultimately has to give Sheldon this, father-son speech about don't be a rat because people won't like you. And he gives his backstory of how he had this prestigious coaching job and he caught people breaking the rules, grooming minors. Can't call that out these days. And that's exactly what he did. And he got fired. I don't
think that's what they were talking about.
It was specifically the coaches are not allowed to steal students from other high schools. It's grooming minors, not for sex, but for football.
Yeah, grooming for football.
I think it was accurate.
The word.
So young Sheldon's dad got fired for advocating against the grooming of minors, and now he's stuck at this piss poor job. And he passes this message on to Sheldon, and Sheldon asks him okay, so you're an alcoholic because of this, and you're angry, but do you feel sad? And his dad says, yeah, it does make me sad. And that really touches Sheldon. And that night at the dinner table, Sheldon takes off his mitten and holds his father's hand for the first time to really comfort him. Because I think this might be the only time in his life that his dad has expressed the emotion of sadness to his son. And it really revealed to Sheldon that his dad, had that depth and that vulnerability.
Yeah, and it's amazing that Sheldon is immediately such an asshole to him and throws the drinking in his face. But then I guess he makes up for it and everyone forgives him and instead of spanking him like they should, And so he never learns until the very Big Bang Theory and even beyond.
In this closing scene, he's still holding his brother's hand with a mitten on. And the voiceover says he would not touch Georgie's hand for another 17 years.
Yeah.
So do we have to pay extremely close attention throughout all of young Sheldon to see if their hands ever actually touch?
Yeah, clearly this is our mission now. But why wouldn't they just seat him next to the girl then? Jeez.
Because it's girls on one side and boys on the other, Florian. Pay attention. And the father as the head of the family. Yeah.
Yeah.
How it needs to be.
So 17 years later, so Sheldon would be 26. And right now, the TV show Young Sheldon is ending after like 9 or 10 seasons or something. And now there's going to be a new Georgie spinoff about him raising a baby with some woman who's like 20 years older than him or some crazy shit. Do we think that Ian Armitage at the age of 26 will show up in this show like 8 seasons in and give him a handshake?
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be attention to detail. That's like that's Ichiro Oda levels of foreshadowing.
Well, I mean, we just established that I guess the first episode needs to be spot on with that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it has to happen. Yeah.
And
I think they've made a terrible mistake by locking themselves into a show about this fucking Georgie kid, because I think he's like the most annoying and awful one in this first episode.
Well, he does grow up, I assume, so it's probably fine.
Maybe, yeah.
At least he's getting laid.
Yeah.
And the final joke of the episode, like the very end, and this actually made me laugh, is his mom said, if you take off the bow tie, I'll take you to Radio Shack. And then they're getting out of the car, and Sheldon says, in a world full of uncertainty, at least this will be here forever. And they're walking into Radio Shack. I thought that was great.
Yeah. And that was already dead. I guess, that's the joke. It was already more than gone by 2016 when the show starts. So.
Yeah, not so smart now, huh, young Sheldon? Can't even predict the future.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking idiot.
Well, I can't wait to see what amazing gadget he buys at the Radio Shack,
Uh-huh. Maybe another ball popper for his train. Not to be confused with his sister's foot.
Yeah, or ball frog.
Yeah. Do you guys have any
ball-related
frogs from the future?
You guys have any final thoughts on the pilot episode of Young Sheldon before the three of us vote and decide which of the 2 episodes was better?
Honestly, this got me excited for Young Sheldon. I think it's like just even from like the cinematography and stuff, where like they have real shots. It almost looks like half a movie or something at certain points.
Oh, come on.
It's doing really good compared to Big Bang Theory, where it's like there's like 3 shots and they're all from outside of the missing wall on the set and stuff.
Yeah, the one camera setup, you can do so many camera movements and cinematic shots that are impossible with a standard sitcom. Like Malcolm in the Middle also has this style, and I think that's why it stands out as being one of the best, just because you can do so much more artistically as opposed to, we need the fourth wall to always be the audience.
Yeah, they had a good budget too. Like, did you see in the church scene, every pew was filled in there? They had like extras for days and days. It's
well,
crazy.
Wasn't this directed by like one of the Avengers directors? Like they didn't pull any punches. John Favreau, who directed Iron Man, actually directed this.
What?
Yeah, Happy from Iron Man. He also directed the pilot of The Mandalorian, I believe.
Yeah, well, that at least like looks more consistently like a movie than pretty much any show.
Mm-hmm.
At least to start with, I guess. But yeah, that's surprising. I did not know that they got John Favreau on board for Young Sheldon.
Yeah, I wonder if he did more than just the pilot.
I don't know.
Florian, did you have any final thoughts on Young Sheldon?
Well, I mean, my main issue is that we know that Sheldon can't grow because he needs to be Sheldon in Big Bang series. So I think this show, in my mind, is already doomed to mediocrity.
Well, I disagree. He can grow. You just have to start him from an even worse position than Sheldon is in Big Bang so that he can grow into being that. Like here, he's afraid to hold his own father's hand. So there are little things that he can progress that won't deny the character he is in the future.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I like to see him. Like this kid could do anything. Like Jesus, he could have any kind of career, and we know that he's just gonna be this.
Wait, is Sheldon not successful in the show? I thought he was like a world-renowned scientist by the end. Does he do nothing with his life? I've never seen the Big Bang Theory, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like he's gifted to an extent that he should be like he could do way more.
He shouldn't be living in an apartment with no elevator and a shitty roommate who he has to jerk off next to in the living room.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Like if you live without an elevator, it's actually pretty good for your life because it's very healthy to walk up the stairs repeatedly. But true. I don't know. I I feel like he doesn't have any greater ambition. Like he could cure cancer or whatever. It would be easy for him, but all he does is like think about some stupid ass theoretical physics where like, oh, the light is even more crazy than in quantum mechanics. I don't know, man.
Okay. Well, I think that Sheldon, as portrayed in episode 1 of Big Bang Theory, is a heroic character who speaks truth to power and is not intimidated by a woman's looks and will tell her that her beliefs are fucking retarded. So I'm proud of the man that young Sheldon grows into. Let's take a vote. I want to go around the horn. Purple, we're starting with you. Which of these 2 episodes do you think was better?
It's absolutely young Sheldon, I think, is far superior.
Okay, Florian, what about you?
Well, I'm afraid that young Sheldon is in fact superior in this first episode, because I actually cared more about seeing the next episode here than in Big Bang Theory. So even though I like Big Bang Theory better in general, I guess the individual episodes aren't that good, or maybe just this one. Oh well.
I'm a little torn. I'm glad you guys had a consensus, so I didn't have to be the tie-breaking vote, because I think they were both pretty good, like far better than my expectations. I spent my whole life hating on something that I did not understand, and now that I'm like a full-time Sheldon Bazinga boy, I thought Big Bang Theory episode 1 was actually pretty good, like for how simple it was of just introducing these characters. And it's basically just like a stage play. Like it's just these 3 people having a conversation on a couch for like 10 minutes. And I thought it was fully entertaining. I like that Sheldon was so neurotic and autistic, and we don't really get that kind of, I mean, I guess when he's calling out people in young Sheldon for their clothing, but it didn't give me the same joy as get the fuck out of my chair, Penny. So
that's true.
Thankfully, you guys declared Young Sheldon episode 1's better, so my opinion does not need to be said, but I'm close to a tie on this one. I really enjoyed both. I had a good morning today.
That's good at least.
It was shockingly less terrible than I thought it would be for both of the shows. So.
Well, I'm vindicated because I was always happy to have watched Big Bang Theory, and everyone else was like, no, it's actually really stupid. No, I always thought, oh yeah, like it's still good. Okay, there's some stupid jokes, but like the general premise of these guys just talking science and doing nerdy things is just really good, and it's great, and it deserves all the popularity it got in its day. Okay, and it's just so much better than everyone says.
One thing though, the first episode for Big Bang Theory, the fucking laugh track. I did not think I would be this annoyed by a laugh track in the show, but it really is like a constant distraction, and I just can't stand it.
Yeah, Young Sheldon has 2 big advantages, not just the narration, but there's no laugh track, so it's got a lot working in its favor.
Mm-hmm. It's a very good decision to drop the laugh track.
So if we're going to look at our scoreboard right now, Young Sheldon is winning 1-0. We've got about 500 episodes to go, so it's anybody's game still.
Yep.
Do you guys have any predictions for tomorrow's episodes? What do we think will happen in episode 2?
I think they're going to flesh out Raj and Howard a little bit more, probably, but it's largely going to be focused on Penny as one of the main characters and establishing her further, I think.
Well, I think they're gonna go to the Radio Shack. Okay, young Sheldon's gonna get some. Crazy
you think episode 2 resumes at the exact moment that episode 1 ended?
Like, I swear there was some point where they're in the Radio Shack. I think it might be episode 2.
My prediction is young Sheldon's mom takes him to church again, and he has a religious atheist debate me moment with the pastor, the preacher, and they have just a big debate for like 20 minutes.
Yep, just the entire 20 minutes.
Like the full episode, it's like one continuous take too. It's like the BoJack funeral episode. It's just one shot the whole time, and they're just arguing about God.
And it's the second episode. Yeah.
That'd really draw me in. Like, I got to see what's happening on the third one now.
Hell yeah.
Anything could happen on this show.
Who will he antagonize next?
Yeah. Do you guys have anything you want to plug, even though we'll be here to plug shit every day for the next year?
Yeah, well, Well, me and Purple are gonna review regular show. We're gonna possibly review every episode of regular show on anti-reviews. So
Wow, so every day of your life, you're
that.
going to be reviewing 3 episodes of television.
well, we're gonna
Yeah.
bulk up on regular show. We're gonna do one season in a day and then release them one by one, maybe.
Oh, okay. How many episodes are per season on that?
Well, the first one is
Like-
12 episodes, which are 10 minutes long each. So the first one's doable, but then it balloons to like 50 episodes per season.
Is regular show better than Adventure Time?
Well, I used to think that it was terrible, but it's starting to grow on me, so I'll have to see. But Adventure Time is like the latest stuff in Adventure Time is so good, and I remember a regular show dropping off real hard in the later seasons, where it's just always the same shit. So I guess we'll see if my recollection is correct.
Purple, what would you like to plug?
Well, I just released a new video about Half-Life's HD models over on my channel there, PurpleColonel on YouTube. And I've also started a Letterboxd, which is PurpleColonel. So if
Oh
you
my
care
God,
to
I got to
hear-
follow that right
Oh.
now.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you.
I'm addicted to Letterboxd. It's my favorite app. And like,
yeah, it's
the fact that I only have
I'm
500
excited.
followers means nothing to me. Like on Twitter, on Twitter, like I have like 40,000. I don't fucking care. Letterboxd 500. I'm good with that. Like hell yeah, man. Anybody wants to read my movie reviews? Let's fucking do it.
something about this app is it's very addicting. Yeah, and I've already logged in like 10 movies that I can remember what I thought of them. And I'm
Mhm.
gonna going forward, I'll put a little review of whatever movie I watch, I guess. So
Wow.
I'm just unfortunately though they don't have every episode of Young Sheldon or Big Bang Theory
Yeah,
for
that'd
me
be
to add those
convenient.
numbers.
Well, not
Yeah.
yet. They said that they are going to add TV shows eventually.
Oh,
Well, they're probably going to
Okay, well-
add the popular ones. I don't know. It'll be hard.
Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon are very popular, Florian. That's why we're
they're
doing the
very
show.
Popular.
Well, I'm talking about currently popular. They were definitely popular at the
I
time.
mean, they have movies on here from the 1930s, Florian. I think they'll just put anything.
Yeah, they have fucking Buster Keaton shorts. Like they should have
Wow.
Young Sheldon. I
They
think
have
Young
Are You
Sheldon is
Lost
more
in
of
the
a
World
movie than
Like Me
Buster
music video from Moby that is 2 minutes long.
Keaton.
Wow, we should review that.
I did it. It sucked.
Do they have the fucking train
bet.
film, like the first film ever made?
Oh, it has to
It's
be
just
on
a
there.
train?
And I bet the top reviews are pretty funny.
Okay.
Like holy shit! I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. They came
most
right at the
authentic
fucking
review.
screen.
How did they film this? Any final words? Because I'm done talking. So as soon as you guys shut up, I'm turning it off.
I don't know. I think, yeah, I was shocked to see that Young Sheldon is shockingly watchable, and same with Big Bang Theory. I guess it shouldn't be a shock because
You did
millions of
watch
people
it.
watch the show every week for like a decade. But yeah, it was surprising, nonetheless.
Well, I only have one word to say. Bazinga!